Hello, and thank you for joining us for our fourth annual Hotter Than Hades. We welcome you to Commons Park in Royal Palm Beach for this year's event. I'd like to start off by thanking our sponsors for this event. We had Discraft, Portside Breakfast and Lunch, Scott Jones, The Mortgage Firm, Southernmost Disc Golf, John Valoria, and Unified Dream. Our digital access code for this weekend is HADES, Hades. We're going to first go over some general park rules, and then we'll go course by course. So general park rules, we'll start with all private property is OB. If your disc lands in somebody's yard that is OB, do not enter a person's yard without getting the property owner's permission. It's as easy as just going around and knocking on their front door or leaving it be and coming back for it later. But do not enter any private property without the property owner's permission. All lakes, ponds, and canals are OB. All parking lots and roadways are OB. Mind all park pedestrians. There are lots of pedestrians and bicyclists that go around the park, so we just want to keep an eye out for those guys and try to be cognizant of them being around. We don't want anybody to get injured. So, when you are out there playing on the course, just remember that the higher number hole has the priority if a disc crosses into another's fairway. This will probably be more important over in Lakeside 1314, where they share that little peninsula. If your discs get crossed, the people on hole 14 will have the priority to finish their hole first. Because obviously if 13 finishes their hole, they're going to have to wait for the people on 14 anyways. So allow 14 to finish first, and then 13 can continue their play. Any puddles in the fairways play as casual water, and for that we'll just follow Rule 806.03b if your disc does land in puddles. I was out there this morning and there was a couple of puddles on the course, so we just want to, not sure what the rain will actually do or don't do the next couple of days, so we're just gonna put that in your ear so that you have that to think about. And we are gonna go on to Lakeside. Lakeside has the dog park. That dog park is OB. All of that parking area over there is OB. Even the parking area on the other side of the wood fence for holes 1 and 2, that is all OB. So that wood fence line would be your, well, no, you have the sidewalk. That sidewalk and beyond is your OB line. On Lakeside, we are playing all 19 holes. So we'll be playing the 18 regular holes plus the island hole. The island hole will be labeled as hole 18 on your scorecard, and hole 18 will be labeled as hole 19 on your scorecard. So make sure you play the island hole and then you play hole 18. Hole 10, we are not going to play as an island, so there will be no drop zone. That hole, we're just going to play the sidewalk on the left side as OB. So that wider sidewalk and beyond will be OB. The smaller sidewalk on the right will be fine. And then your water will be your OB on the right. The water coolers. There will be coolers with bottles of water. You will find one at Tournament Central. You will find a cooler by the long pad of hole 5 and by the long pad of hole 13 over on Lakeside. Alright, moving on to North Side. The driving range and the ball putting greens are all OB. There are painted lines and flags out there. So you'll have a definite knowing of where you'll be OB. Short pads can be identified by red whiskers and paint. On the digital scorecard, it will list what type of pad that the short pad will be. So it'll say turf, or it'll say sidewalk, or it'll say pad, like an actual concrete pad out there. For the hybrid layout, the digital scorecard will say that you play long pad, or it'll say that you play short pad. And then it'll have a little parentheses after the short pad to tell you if it's a turf, or if it's sidewalk, or if it's a tee pad, or whatnot. But if you're looking at the caddy book, The distances for north side, there are 3 distances. The top one is the long pad, the middle one is your hybrid, and the bottom one is your short pad. So the hybrid distance will match either the top distance or the bottom distance, and that'll tell you which pad you're playing if you're just looking at the caddy book. But the digital scorecard will tell you long or short. There are 2 pro pads that are over on north side, and we will not be using those pro pads. When I was out this morning, hole 9's pro pad was underwater, so I'm not going to count on that thing drying out for us for the weekend, and I'm sure there's still more rain in the forecast before we get to our tournament, so I'm not even going to worry about doing a whole setup for just one pad, basically. So we're just going to stick to the usual long pads for north side. The water coolers on north side, you will have one at Tournament Central, you will have one at the long pad of hole 5, and you will have one under the tree just past hole 11's basket. So that water cooler at 11's basket could also be accessed if you're playing when you're playing hole 17. So you can grab a water before the long walk back. On the last page of your caddy book, you'll find a coupon to go visit Portside breakfast and lunch. Portside is just under 4 miles from the course. It's right off of Okeechobee Boulevard. They have great food, great breakfast, great lunch. I suggest the chicken and waffles or the biscuits and gravy. They were both amazing when I had them. Any other questions can be asked at check-in, or you can comment on the Disc Golf Scene comment section. I can be reached at any time during the tournament on my cell. My number is 561-424-1982. My number can be found on the PDGA digital scorecard by tapping the 3 little lines at the top right corner. It'll give you my name and my phone number up there that you can call me directly or text me, whatever you want to do. On Disc Golf Scene, if you tap on my name under Tournament Director, it'll give you my phone number. If you go to pdga.com and search Hades, it's right there in the event info. So my number is definitely out there for anybody and everybody to get a hold of me. I'd like to thank you again for joining us for this. We're hoping to have good weather for this weekend. I know it's going to be hot. I'm just hoping that it's not going to be wet too. So I'll see you guys this weekend. Thank you. Goodbye.